WIIFTBP and
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Riis Jackson,
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No, what you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Juke-a-thon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. We done had a heart
You gotta
attack.
get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off for work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Yeah, man. Ideas, it's ideas, man. Ideas.
You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free.
Let's go.
Standing my ground, I can't mess around now. It's like my time is in a bottle, captured by your love, babe. Now I know women's got this thing going on. We can't stay around so long, but I wanna come correct. Baby, get your foot off my neck. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. Understand clearly that you wanna be free. It's the time that you spend making me think within. It's the trust still beginning. Fade away from beginning of the day. I can see you trembling times, and I can see you wondering mine. Is it me considered? Is you that's with it? See, you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see, baby, that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free, yeah. I'm just trying to be the best I can. You can call me the troubling man. Matter of fact, I'm from the side of the street. Baby girl, you're calling on me at the time that I feel your presence around me. Something that I can't let go. It's your time, everything around me there. I just wanna hold on, but you don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you wanna be free. I just wanna come correct, best I can. Baby, get your foot on my neck. And just before you just leave, baby, I've been trying to tell you I can't breathe. You don't have to find me, baby, I'm walking right behind you. It's so clear to see that you want me free. Damn pressure, baby. I just want to press you, baby.
WIIFTBP.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I pipe. On the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'll be your host, Maze Jackson. I don't got no co-host today. It means Ruthie Moore is not here, and we know Todd doesn't take his job very seriously. It's Monday. You know, like, and here's how I see it, Riis. I see it like if he really cared about his 1 day a week job, he definitely wouldn't be late for that day. As you say, definitely. Because you don't even say definitely. When you type it out, you be like, I definitely. I be like, definitely. Oh, is that millennial speak for definitely? Is that what that is, Riis?
Definitely.
All right, so do you say definitely or do you say definitely?
No, it's definitely.
Say it one more time. It's like sir.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what you've done is you have merged and motivated the words into your own creation, which actually, when I see it in your text, I'd be like, D-fly. Because I am D-flyest. That's how I see it. You know, but I'm a narcissist, so I'd be looking at it. I'd be like, I'm D-fly. Definitely. All right, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore. She is out exploring the world, getting the last wrenching, wrangling out of the summer. So, Riis, it's just me and you. It seems like unless Todd pulls the 6:45, like, you know, I'm like, we should all stop the show because we happy he's here. Because, you know, that's how Todd be showing up. Riis, I didn't even ball yesterday.
No, why not?
Riis is too much. It's just so much going on.
Yeah.
It's like Riis is like, and you know, my son be working out now at school at 6 a.m. So he'd be like, wait, you want me to get up at what time on a Sunday? Cause I've been working, like Dad, the reason he was doing this is so I could work out, but I'm now back in school, and so I'm working out every day. So I did not ball yesterday, but yesterday we got our football on.
It was nice. It was nice.
Hey man, Riis, you know you like Riis, you like a family man. When I say a family man, I mean literally and figuratively. It's like it's not really been a challenge I've put in front of you, Riis, that you haven't tried to meet, exceed, or like I think you be like, you know what, I'm about to show you that you're not like D-Fly like me.
D-Fly, definitely.
No, D-Fly. I'm D-Fly. Right? I'll be like, I know you be like, you are D-Flyest Maze ever. But Riis, I'm gonna tell you, man, I be peeping you, man. I've been peeping you. It's like it seems like every time I turn around, it's like we be like, dang, Riis, how many people do you know?
Ah, man, you know.
Right then, you be like, that's my cousin. It'd be like, my cousins. I got 14. My mama had 14 brothers and sisters, so I got a lot of cousins. Yeah. But they all live everywhere else. Your cousins seem to all be here.
For the majority part, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for like at least 70% of my family is here. It's like we in Georgia, but we like either Georgia or here.
Georgia or Chicago. That's why you be going to Georgia.
Yeah, I got family. I got a lot of family in Georgia.
All right, cool. Riis, when you go out of town, do you stay with your family or do you stay at a hotel?
It depends.
On what? Your pockets?
No, on which family member I'm going to like visit. Like if it's like my cousin, like Pierre, I stay with him.
Well, you know why everybody black got a cousin named Pierre?
Hey, you know how.
And all Pierres are Pierres. Like I was on one day. I'm gonna ask: do people live? Do you make your name or does your name make you? Cause I feel like your name. Sometimes people move into their names. Like, is there certain names of people that you know if you hear their name, like you know exact. Like if you are all right, so I ain't gonna even tell you. But if you are Riis, that means was your name Maurice?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like if you take Riis, you going one way. If you take Maurice, you going the other way. Right?
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like Maurice, he gonna be on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, that's my
Riis gonna take a couple curves. Right? Take a couple curves, right? We're gonna talk about that one day because black people, it's like Devin and Devon. Right? If you Devin, you gonna go this way. But if you Devon, you going that way. Right?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Like we gonna talk about this one day because I think that's some real stuff, man. Like there's Mazon and there's Maze, right? Mazon, he be like, yes, Miss Jackson, he's an Eagle Scout, the whole thing. Maze, that's a whole different person. So we're gonna talk about that, because we're not gonna talk about that today. But I do think that black people, and then I want to talk about black people nicknames, like the double nickname, like man.
Yeah.
Right.
Or like being 40 and not letting go certain things.
Hey, Lil. Like if you Lil, but you could be Lil forever though. As long as it's a big, you can always be Lil. Like people try to make Mazon Lil Maze. He'd be like, my name's Mazon. I'd be like, you don't want to be Lil Maze? No.
You just be any MJ?
I think he has a variety of nicknames, but like when he introduces himself, when he go on the court, he be like, I'm MJ. Then it set a whole, then everything you say that, then the next thing, everybody want to try and dunk on you. But it's all good. Hey, y'all, it is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I'm not flying solo dolo. I'm in the cockpit solo. And I ain't even in the cockpit solo dolo. Because Riis the Ruler is in the back. Riis, what's up? Mr. Business in the Front, Party in the back. Hey, man, you still got that do-rag on. What you waiting on, man?
No, I ain't got my do-rag on.
Did you get your cut?
No, that's tomorrow, man.
Hey,
I got to book my appointment.
You don't got just a standing appointment? You should just go and put you one in the books and just be like, put me on this. But you got so many damn jobs.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I'd be like, how many of our payrolls you gonna be on this week?
It'd be like, man, like I can't really set nothing. So I try to do it like a week before, and then I put in like, all right, okay, well I know I'm clear this day because I used to go on Fridays, but now I go on a Tuesday because there's like nobody in there on Tuesday. So I like that.
I go on Sunday morning.
Oh yeah, so now you got the plug. He used to be open on Sunday, but he don't no more. But yeah,
he don't. My barber would be like, if I called him like tonight at 9, he'll get in his car and come down. Now he'll hit me, but he'll come down. But he only 50. Now probably if he came like if I had to do, he'll probably come down to the crib and take care of it. Now Reese, is your barber be the one dyeing your
Yeah, he do it sometimes.
Woo, Reese, we gonna have to do that on Facebook Live one day. Reese turns. We gonna pick a color like you do your joint red, black, and green one day. We gonna
I might do that. That sounds dope.
Like that's kind of Rodman-esque. Right? Dennis Rodman-esque. You do a red, black, and green. We gonna have a whole joint there. We gonna do a Facebook Live and see how it come out. All right, y'all. So it's Maze and Reese the Ruler. Reese, let's since we ain't waiting on nobody, let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Hey, y'all, it's a lot going on. I want to make sure y'all tune in. Y'all stay tuned in because I think it's a lot going on. There's gonna be some breaking news a little later on today. So tune in and check that out. First of all, did you see the mayor's going to release her budget today? Plans on a $76 million property tax increase. But beyond that, she says she's going to hold the lines on fees and fines, thankfully, because of the stimulus money. But it'll be interesting to see. She's doing her budget a month early, so it'll be interesting to see if she can get it passed. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Did you see Alderman Kappelman was assaulted by an acquaintance? Said he was out. Reese, I think when I read the story, I said, okay, either something suspicious is going on here, or he should have did Reese's policy and minded his own business. Because he was outside, he said, now Reese, let me ask you a question. Because this sounded a little suspect to me. All right? So they report that Alderman Kappelman was assaulted by somebody. I think he got hit by a leg of a table or something to that effect. Because he went out on the street to stop the drinking in his ward, and there were people congregating on the street in his ward who were drinking. And he said he knew the man who physically assaulted him, that he was having trouble in his life, that alcohol and drugs and addiction had made him lose his job. And the alderman went out to go talk to him and calm him down, and he wound up getting beat up. Now, he didn't press charges. And he was like, I know him. My husband and I are aware it's unsafe on these streets, but no charges. Reese, I'm going to tell you. When I read that, I was like, like, that sound like, I ain't going to Reese. It sounds like the Alley story, like I was finna be in trouble with my husband. And so the best way to deal with this is to come home assaulted. That's me. But I pray to God that nothing happened, right? And that the alderman will be okay. But Reese, something about that story sounds just a little, and I ain't gonna tell you all the people that put it in my inbox. I was like, stop being messy. Stop being messy. But I sure wonder, like, you don't put your husband in the press release unless you're trying to get off the hook. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, Reese, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's kind of fishy.
That's a little fishy, Reese.
For sure.
I was like, you know what, man? That sounds like a story for Wico. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, we should get Alderman Kappelman on Wico Wednesday.
Oh, man.
It's like, hey, man, help us through this. Talk to us, Alderman. Break it down for us.
It's just us here.
It's just us. Let's talk about it, man.
Hey, that always get along.
Right? Like, look, man, because this is a learning lesson for people. Just, Reese? Yeah. All right, I'm going to move on past that. How about Gardner? The steady driver now saying that he tried to use tax dollars to pay campaign workers. I'm going to say that the steady drip against Alderman Gardner will not become a big flood until after the mayor gets her budget passed. Because she can't afford no slippery slopes on this budget, so we're going to have to be watching that. Hey, Reese, the Bears won yesterday.
Barely, man. They almost blew it.
No! They almost blew it, Reese. Reese, they almost blew it.
A good note that came out of that is, well, it's not really a good note, but unfortunately we had...
Reese, I cannot believe you cheered for a man's injury, dog.
I did not cheer for
Reese,
a
you
man's
ran in
injury.
the room like, yes! I was like, what happened? Did we score? You was like, no.
Andy, I cheered for another man's opportunity. I was proud of that man. He get the opportunity now. That's all.
Reese. You did, Reese. That was just, that's wrong, dog. That was wrong, Reese. Reese, you cannot be. Reese, you had your hands up. You was like, yes.
I'm just hoping that whatever he did, that he has a speedy recovery, but it's like at least 8 weeks. And by that time, when he come back,
Justin had 21 QBR.
But he would have had a higher one had they had dropped like the
If was a fifth, we all be drunk.
He was hitting them balls like
man.
Mooney
Did you see when Mooney dropped that
touchdown?
one
No,
in the?
That was Robinson that dropped that.
The one in the
touchdown.
touchdown. That dog, it went straight.
through
I mean,
his
it went
arms,
like
straight through him.
he had like 16 spots to catch. Like the ball went through his hands, down, hit him in the chest, slid through his legs. At any point, he could have just squeezed. He caught the touchdown.
See, but he definitely had like a low quarterback. But is that opportunity, you know?
Okay, I'm excited for them Fields. Hey man, by the way, I ain't even gonna trip, but boy, how about the battle of the quarterbacks last night?
Yeah.
Hey man, Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Hey Joe, the black. Is it the cord? It's not the cord. I don't think it's the cord, Reese. They saying they getting the cord again. You think? All right, we're gonna try and change it up again. But I don't think it's the cord. You know what? Well, anyway, we'll deal with it in a minute. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Plus, how about Reese? Can I tell you about my weekend white privilege?
You got some white privilege?
No, I never get white privilege. I'm the black. When I walk in the door, they be like extra black. Extra black. Hold on. I don't know, man. I tried to take out all of the metal because I thought it might have been that metal thing around it, the aluminum shield. All right, so we're going to try and figure it out again. I'm going to try and run a different cord, but I don't know if that's it. All right, Reese, so check this out. I'm going to tell you about my white privilege this weekend, the white privilege that occurred to me. So I was out on Saturday night, and I was hungry, but I didn't want to sit out. We didn't want to be out. We had been out. We went to the Inglewood Fest, and then after we went to the Inglewood Fest, we decided we was going to go get something. So we went to a place where I like to go get a hamburger. And Reese, so it was crowded on a Saturday night, and they gave me I was like, look, I'm not staying. I just want to go in the bar, order my food, and then I'm going to leave. I ordered a hamburger, and they reserve a table for me. And, you know, first of all, white folks cannot believe that this table is being held around them. They just can't believe it. Like, the bar is crowded, right? I just need a place to sit to have my hamburger. I mean, not to have, but to wait for it. So I order a couple drinks. Me and Carrie are sitting there. We're having a drink and discussion. And now we sitting on one side of the table, and there's 2 empty seats on the other side of the table. And there's a reserve sign. And Reese, in my mind, I knew that there was no way that these white people were going to see 2 black people at a table and feel like if half the table was unoccupied, that they weren't going to try to put something on my table. Now, Reese, if you got a table, is there any circumstance in which, if you're at a bar, you got a reserved table, is there any circumstance in which you and your lady out there, you're going to put your drinks on somebody else's table? If you're standing up and they got the table?
Never, man. I hate people that do that.
Okay. This clown puts his beer down on my table and then takes his mask off and sets the mask on the table. Now, Reese, I'm trying not to clown in the white folks joint. So, you know, then he looks up like his privilege doesn't even make him think to ask. He just sets it down. Oh, you got two hands, right? You got two hands. Hold your damn mask and hold your... So then he sees my face because I'm winding up. You know, I got the frozen face, like I'm just staring, like waiting for him to look at me, looking at his mask. He's like, is it okay?
It's already there.
Like, I really was like, where you do this at? Get your, like, and he was like, luckily for him that the food, they called his table. Cause Riis, I'm gonna tell you, I was getting ready to go there. I swear to God, I was about to go there. And I took a picture of it and I didn't describe it. I'm gonna describe it to them. But I just feel like white people just don't feel like they got no. White folks just feel like they don't have, there's no space that, like Riis, there is a big old sign that says reserved. And you took not only did you put your beard down, but you took your mask off. And I'm sitting at this table with my lady. And it's really just, you know what it was? It was bothering them that I was sitting and they were standing. Like, who is this ninja sitting at this table while you know, like, I feel like if we was down south, they would have asked me to get up. Woo, yo. Oh, look, Monster Jam. Oh. Y'all got the Monster Jam. I'm just telling you, we're integrating Monster Jam. I'm glad everybody who went to Monster Jam, I hope y'all had a good time. A lot
of people win, man. I should have won.
Hey, man, a lot of people win. Shout out to Tennille, man. Like, everybody was talking about it. Like, I was like, Dr. Audrey was like, I'm going to come hang out with y'all for the Bears game. Oh, no, I got to go to Monster Jam. That's all right, Dr. Audrey. We see you. I'm about tired of Tennille everybody liking Tennille better than me, too. I don't appreciate that. Look, this is the Maze Jackson Show. We got to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll get into the social media question of the day. I'm going to play with this chord a little bit. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
Keep calling it. Give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a mill if you just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the is you give now. Please don't back down on me. I know you've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While I'm out trying to get that ease. Know that I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me, baby. You're insecure, it's driving me crazy. I'm trying to get it and you keep on saying you need all my love, love is never enough. Yeah. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That is, put your pride aside for me. That is, why am I trying to get it? That is, put your pride aside for me. Side.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:37 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. And traffic, the O'Hare. On the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 32 minutes. Outbound will be 24 on the Eden. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 37 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 28. On the Eisenhower Thorndale to the Loop is 41 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 30. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 35 minutes. Outbound will be 33. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 28 minutes, as well as 28 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Loop and 15 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive south is 7 minutes. That's 55th to Jackson, as well as Jackson to 55th. And on the north side of things, 8 minutes. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 73 and drizzling. Today will be a high of 79 with a low of 72. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's back to the Mays Jackson Show.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
If you ain't trying to help us, don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler in the building. And Riis, so yeah, I was telling you before we went to break. I went to the restaurant this weekend. I went to order a burger. I didn't want to stay. So I was ordering my food to go. Was that me? I feel like I done cut out all the mute. I'm muted. Maybe I'm not. All right. So anyway, Riis. Hold on. So I'm in the. Hold on. Ooh, excuse me.
That's that man that put that mask on your table.
Oh, Jesus. So, dude, Riis, I'm sitting there, and I just could not believe the rudeness of the white dude. Do you think he intentionally said, I don't give no, or is it like?
It's so normal to them. Like, they don't even I guarantee that he probably did it without not even thinking twice, like you said, because of the privilege. Like, you know.
Like, would he have put it on a white person's table?
I believe he probably would just put it anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Because they just violating people's personal space, all type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Like, my sister hate that. Like I didn't watch people that put stuff on our table, like, when we out, and she picks it up and gladly go give it back to him.
I was 2 inches from, like, just on the table. Follow. Like, literally, if I did people and go all the way out of their way to give us a table, right? I certainly would have been, I probably would have bumped the table and made a spill and just made a scene. Because he was really like, what? Like, why are you tripping? Still doing it? Okay. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. All right, so it's time for the social media question today. Riis, let me say this. Shout out to Antonil. Shout out to Feld Entertainment. Shout out to, they have been a sponsor. We've been with them for over 20 years. Shout out to Antonil, who is managing so many things. I'm not even tell y'all about the Antonil Rich story. I ain't gonna even tell you about what she did on Friday night. You know, while we all driving and transporting, we ain't gonna say nothing about Antonil. But it's all good. Shout out to everybody who went to Monster Jam. Black folks, y'all went, y'all showed up, y'all showed out. Let me just let you know that they are not accustomed to us being there, so we integrate in the place. Like, and so recognize that was a space that was occupied by, that we really didn't do. And now, it's like, I'm just telling you. I won't Antonil. But yeah, I just want to tell y'all, how great it is, and do you know how recognizable the company feels when we're there, right? Like, they saw a show that was oftentimes filled with white people from the hillbilly land. Like, black kids don't like big trucks and loud, you know what I'm saying? Remember them trucks? Man, I used to have all types of trucks. And I'm going to tell y'all ain't even got the good experience. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned with Antonil and the Mom Squad and all that good stuff, because you know she always got the hookup. Riis, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you wasn't at the gym. Riis, you know you missed that. I'm gonna tell you, Riis. Can I tell you who I would love to know? I think we really need to take Riis and have him with, like, you would have been great when we had the circus. And we put people on the road, and you would go and entertain people all over the country. And you drove a tour bus, and y'all stay at the man. Ask Will about that one day when you get a chance. Because Riis, you would have been perfect on that. Anyway, shout out to everybody they do have black drivers. Don't trip. Oh, yeah, they do. Let me help you understand. Antonil has integrated everything. They used to be all white. They be like, this used to be ours. She be turning all the black folks on. What's the matter, Riis? You hear something? You hear things? Is it crackling? All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Riis. So why you ain't go to Monster Jam, dog?
I had told all my family to come to TP already, so.
Monster Jam was on Saturday. What you was doing on Saturday? Probably working 3 jobs.
Yeah, I actually worked 2, and then I had, but then I went back to the Inglewood Fest.
I didn't see you though.
That's what I said too. I don't know.
Hey man, Riis.
I was there too.
Riis, you supposed to see me there.
But no, you supposed to saw me. I definitely was there. I went back there and saw Gail a couple of times. Shout out to Gail. Like
that's the ridiculous. Y'all got the plug and like what's be blowing me is how I be plugging people and then I be unplugged.
Oh.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like I be like I turn everybody on and they be like, ooh, look, I got the plug. Then they be plugged up and I be like, Dad, y'all ain't even go. Y'all don't even stop. I got to learn y'all, man. Y'all supposed to just drop by. When you get the plug, right, you supposed to just stop by, hit a brother with 10% and be like, thank you, dog.
If I would have known you was there, I would have got you a drink, man. You'd have been all right.
You so good to me, Reese.
I didn't know you was there for real. You stayed the whole time?
No, we got there. We literally got there at 6:15. Like Selena was already on. We was there. We didn't. President was busy this weekend. I had to hold the purse and take pictures and do all types of stuff for the president. So we finally made it there. But yeah, it was good though. It was good to see everybody there at the end.
You probably
did
see me and didn't even notice me. I was sitting there like you couldn't miss me. If you got there at 6:15, I was like when you was walking toward the stage, like to the left. I was
right by that gate where they was letting everybody in on the side.
Okay. Yeah, so you was on the other side of me.
Reese said I was on. No, Reese, you were on the other side of me. I don't like when in the universe, right? So if there's a universe, Reese, in this, if there's a universe,
right,
with me and you,
okay,
I'm the sun. Now, if you may be the sun that rotates around the moon. I mean, the sun in the orbit, but I'm like Tennille, everybody. I'm the sun.
I just got one question. Which entrance did you walk in?
The back through the school and then through the back gate. I came in through the backstage and then.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Reese.
I came in through the parking lot, that was attached to the event. So I just wanted to know.
Oh, no, Reese. I had my little badges, but I didn't really. They was really like when I got to the door. They was like, you really don't need a badge, Maze. You straight. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. And then plus you had the president, right? So I was straight, Reese. See, this is what you call. This is the one-upsmanship right now. See, Reese. This is the thing though, right? Here go the lick, Reese. See, Reese. This way you supposed to be in the 48 laws of power. The rule is never outshine the master, right? Because then they going to be a contest. Then he going to want to show you.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, though, because, Reese, I like that about you, dog.
I just want to know.
I really like that about you, dog. I do, man. It's like, one day, Reese, when I'm not here, I'm going to be like, take over the show, Reese. You got to put plastic on the seats, but it's all good. What was you going to say, brother?
I said, I just want to make sure that you ain't coming general admission. As long as you ain't do that, then you're all right with me.
Hey, Reese, I'm going to tell you what. So, I used to be like that, but I feel like I used to spend a lot of time, almost more time sometimes, trying to get the badge or the pass or making sure that I was in the spot. Honestly, it's pretty slick now because regardless of what door I go into usually, I can get where I need to go. So I don't even trip. But I do know that feeling, and I say like this, oftentimes when I come into general admission, it's actually more fun because I meet more people and everybody ain't trying to be super important, right? Because everybody want to be super important. All right. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Right, y'all got to read the 48 Laws of Power. If you really want to understand Maze Jackson, 48 Laws of Power is what it is. Reese, that would be an excellent tool for you. Because I'm going to tell you, kid, you could go places.
My girl read it 3 times already.
Hey, bro, did she read the red? Tell her if she ain't read the stories on the side, she ain't all the way there.
I was just going to tell you, when she was intrigued with it, so that was really... It was really to her more the lesson, hey, then they'll say it, and then he'd be like, well, in 19 something.
Man, that's the best part of the book.
And then she's like, hold on, here's another one. I'm saying, I'd be like, the guy says don't do this, so I'm gonna have to check it out. But I know it's definitely 3 scenarios and stuff. She was reading this, she's it'd explain the law, and then it'll put in perspective for you. So yeah, I got you.
Hey man. It's like The Art of War. It's like Machiavelli. It's like people who read it, they be like, oh my God, this is devilish. This is terrible. This is how you manipulate. No, this is how you collect power. And that's how you use it. Whew. All right, man. Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got not my co-host, because you say that. Next thing you know, Reese be sitting in the... Reese had the road sitting right next to him. He'll be doing everything. He'll be like, and now, news, traffic, and weather on the Reese Show. I'd be like, See, it's all good, man. All right, y'all. Y'all check my man Reese out on Wednesdays, though. I thought Reese, you was holding out. I thought Toy was going to co-host with me today.
You told me you was going to reach out to her.
How was I going to reach out to her? She said, you the plug, dog. I reached out to you. Man. See?
You told me I can't book no more. You told me
I told you. Yeah, that's you. See, Reese, you supposed to have hooked that up.
See, I really did. I really did thought you did talk to her, like, because I thought you said I'm gonna talk to her. So I really did.
Nah, but remember we was having the whole conversation about the plug and who you go through and all that stuff.
Right.
So I was like, I wouldn't even ask her to be on the show if you ain't tell me it was okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Right.
Man.
So why don't you set that up?
I got you.
Get us on the Tuesday, right? Then we gonna try and fill in some co-hosts. See if we get Cousin Juan in this mug. We do some. I don't know if I can handle Toy though. Y'all be okay. We'll figure it out. We'll talk about that in a minute. She gonna be up to do the morning show? You think she can handle it?
Yeah, right now.
You think she can handle it though?
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty. It's sometimes I be she I be like, women need to be in the kitchen for the most part. Kitchen. She tell her she can't wear shoes either. She gotta be like kitchen. Well, anyway, we'll talk about it in a minute. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Time for the social media question of the day. Riis, give me the big voice real quick. One more time.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Hey, Riis, can institutions meet their diversity goals without black people? So, can you meet your minority/diversity goals in America without black people? And I know that you're shaking, you're looking at me confused, and you're saying, how could you meet diversity goals without black people? And then I want you to think all of the code words that we've allowed to enter the lexicon that sound like they're black, but they're not black. Riis, we use words like diversity, people of color, black and brown. Now brown people are removing the brown from it and saying, black from it and saying brown. We have now the fastest growing immigrant population in the city or in the country right now is Asians. Is it possible to meet your diversity goals without black people? I think it's an important discussion that we have, and I think it's an important discussion that we need to have, and I think it's going to inform our upcoming discussions, but I think you need to process this. Riis, what I want you to do is open up the phone lines and give us a call, 254-742-257-4. Thank you to everybody on WBGX 1570 AM who's tuned in, as well as everybody who's watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch this morning. Dang, we cracking. It's 120. Riis, see how we be doing? See how I be? Jordan, Chicago Bull, Maze Jackson. Anyway, can we meet the minority goal or diversity goals without including black people? And I think you need to think about this question as we start to have conversations. Riis, I've been very specific about saying what's in it for the black people. Specifically, not the community, right? Not diversity, not minority, black people. I've been very specific about black people because I knew that this day would come upon us. We watched them say in Chicago that being a citizen is almost a bad thing, right? So now we're at the point where the numbers, according to the census, have changed, and we are no longer the largest minority population, quote unquote. And I'm using minority because, again, there was a time when you said minority and people automatically thought black. Now, as the Latino, and there was a reason, because in some cases, we had the numbers, right? Like at one point before we had this massive immigration, black people were dominant as the minority. There was a time, even in the Old South, when there were more black people and slaves in the South than there were white people. So we were when you said minority, it was a tacit, a given understanding that you meant black people. And I would argue that even as the definition underneath the word has changed, we still look at the word minority or diverse as including us. But what we've seen is that our pieces are shrinking. And now think about when you saw at Harvard and the Asian community said, we're losing our spaces at the top colleges because of the black people. And so I want you to think about the concept of minority without black people, because minority or diverse, because we're going to hear diversity more and more and more and more, but we are shrinking and we will be less and less and less of that piece. Now, I told y'all about this for the last 5 years, and people was like, what's in it for Mays? He's trying to make it personal. He's trying to get rid. Now, right point where you no longer have the numbers, and they can legitimately call themselves minority or diverse, and they can have a diverse workforce without you because you are declining in this state. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Is it possible to have diversity without black people? Riis, can a place be considered diverse and have no black people?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, it can definitely be. I mean, like, I think diverse is just a variety of different things. So I guess when we say diverse, man, you know how white people, you know, you got to be specific. You know, you got to have all race diverse. You know, like, you got to put all race diverse to make it seem. But I guess if they say if we got whites, Hispanics, Arabs, Philippine, Asians, like, that's a diverse, technically that's the diverse place.
Now, here's what I want y'all to think about. The word choice allows everyone to win. Right? The word choice allows everyone to win. Do you think that white people right now really still want to face George Floyd? Do you think white folks, if white folks could atone for George Floyd without giving black people anything, do you think they would do it? If they thought they could say, we're going to make the workplace more diverse because of George Floyd and not hire black people, do you think it's... Here's what I was thinking about right now as we watch this happen. Imagine the white guilt over George Floyd translating into Latino wealth. Let me say that one more time. Imagine the white guilt for George Floyd translating into Latino wealth. Can you imagine that the benefits incurred that are supposed to be paid for the murder death of George Floyd going to a diverse, creating diversity in the workplace, creating diversity in a job environment, creating diversity in police departments? Can you imagine that as corporate America looks to atone through diversity? Because we've seen, what is it that now the new title is? Diversity and inclusion? The new head of diversity and inclusion. Can you have diversity without black people? Think about every diversity and inclusion person that we see in Cook County or in Illinois is not ADOS black. They're often immigrant black. So you usually have Africans in the place of diversity and inclusion. Go look in. So what we wind up having, and I'm not knocking Africans, because a little bit later we're going to talk about what's happening at the border in Haitian, the border in Texas with the Haitians, and you're going to see that there is an alliance between us. They're not ADH, African descendants of, well, slavery, no, HDOS, Haitian descendants of slavery. But they are being treated like ADOS at the Texas border. But I gotta ask you, think about the gravity of right now as companies race to diversify their workplace. They are now having diversity and inclusion conversations without the people that it was meant for. Am I Please don't think I'm crazy.
No. That's a fact right there. But like I tend to tell you, this is wordplay. You know,
I'm trying to tell you, Riis, it's wordplay.
That's why I just said like diversity. Ergo, say if you look it up in the dictionary, you say variety. You know, it be like it is diversity, but it's kind of like diversity, like racism. Like I know how to get it, so I'm a hire. You know, okay, I'm a hire this Mexican. I'm a hire this. I'm a hire everybody, and then they say, man, we hire people of all color.
Exactly, and then or they get mad when you do it, and then say, I see no color. Right? Everybody's the same. So I think you got to pay attention because right now, like every company is hiring a vice president of diversity and inclusion. Every government is having somebody of diversity and inclusion. But if that diversity can occur, check this out. Do you think white people ever want to see black folks get ahead? Do you think that if they can figure out a way to answer what's in it for the black people without giving it to black people? Remember how I told y'all, like, since I've been saying what's in it for the black people, white folks have made a lot of black people, not a lot, a few new black lobbyists, a few new black people who are making a lot of money because they like, we got to answer the question, but we're going to ensure that you, sir, never benefit from it. You, sir, will never be, for your blood, sweat, and tears, we are not going to give you your reparations. We are going to say we are going to diversify our supply. We'll be socialists, we'll cut checks, but pay the Negroes? Is you crazy? Diversify, I could double now. And feel good about myself and build a relationship with the upcoming group and never have to really feel the guilt or pay the price for those black folks and the lives that I stole to build the blood of this country on. Yo, it's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages, right? We'll be back.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:04 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather report. In sports, the Chicago Cubs' Patrick Wisdom will set a Chicago Cubs record for homers by a rookie as the Cubs beat the Brewers 6-3. The Chicago White Sox one step closer to the AL Central title as they beat the Rangers 7-2. The Chicago Sky beat the Indiana Fever 98-87 in the season finale. Sky plays the Wings Thursday, round one of the playoffs. The Chicago Bears beat the Cincinnati Bengals 20-17 as Dalton goes down with injury and Justin Fields takes over in the second half. Now over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 48 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is up to 42 minutes. On the Eaton from Deerfield to Exchange is 53 minutes. Exchange back to Deerfield will be 28. The Eisenhower Thorndale to the Loop is 47 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 32. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 41 minutes. Outbound will be 33. The Bishop Ford is 51 minutes to the from I I-80. And Ryan is 16 minutes to the loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson is 8 minutes, and Jackson to 55th is 9. On the north side of things, still locked in at 8 minutes. Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 73 and cloudy with a high of 79 and a low of 72. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now, it's terrorism on the Mace Jackson Show.
To fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and called a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the innocent states are so victory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians, you know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country, you know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. It's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there is terrorism.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black
neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, Mr. Business in the Front, Party in the Back, in the building. Myself, Maze Jackson. I'm rolling solo dolo in the microphone space. And it is 7:10, which means you got about 50 minutes to get there. Excuse me, 7:12, which means you got 48 minutes to get there if you're going to work today. Riis, man, the roads are a little bit packed up again. They starting to crowd up. Yesterday it was kind of crazy after the Bears game. And I'm going to tell you, I feel much safer now that it was kind of wild out on the streets this week, man. That the Independence Day celebrations were like, I guess I never saw it that rowdy before.
Yeah, what was I at? Saturday I did my little thing with my family, and I had some people with me, and we had to drive back south. And because it was a shooting on the E-way, you know, they had closed the E-way down Saturday night. So yeah, it definitely is a little crazy out there.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad that it is all good. So look, Riis, I gotta ask, can institutions meet their diversity requirements without black people? I'm gonna tell you, I believe yes. I believe that we have been comfortable enough to say, we've been comfortable enough, in my estimation, we've been comfortable enough to allow people just to talk around us, right? Like to nibble at the edges, to not be direct. And now everybody's getting direct, and we gonna be shortchanged. It's funny because people say to me, Maze, you're against other people. And I say, I'm so not against other people. I don't understand why being for black people is always constituted as being against someone else. And so, you know, like when we whisper to say black, like, you know, black, and black people do it. And it's like, I tell white people, don't be embarrassed to say black. Say it. Do it. It's like, I'm not offended by the fact. I'm more offended that you want to blend me in, that you trying to people of color me out. Because there is no line item for, they don't say on your census people of color. They say black, black of Latin descent, Latin of Latin descent. And there seems to be some confusion in the world about black folks who advocate for black people. So let me ask you. Don't nobody want to answer that question, do they? Y'all know. Y'all, how many of us, people of color, I don't have a problem with alliances, But the alliance means that you acknowledge who I am and I acknowledge who you are. Not I gotta hide mine in a bushel while we work together under the cause of unity with no cut. Anybody on that line, Riis? Because I got a question. All right, so let's move on because I want to move to the mayor's new budget. I don't know if you all read, but the mayor plans to unveil a budget today. The mayor plans to unveil a budget today that will increase. Will have a $76 million property tax. But Riis, it seems as though the mayor is pivoting. And when I say the mayor is pivoting, I would tell you that the mayor has been very pro Northside in how she talks and references. Now, she also, and we saw, I don't know if you all saw, Alderman Jason Irvin, chairman of the Black Caucus, already endorsed the mayor's reelection. She hasn't said she's running, but he's already endorsed it, right? And it got me to thinking that the mayor is now recognizing that she doesn't have the benefit of white privilege. And so now she is pivoting to diversity inclusion in her budget. Now, what did I tell you about diversity and inclusion? It can be exclusive. So if you don't specifically call out your interest in this, they will diversity inclusion you and people of color you, and you will be like, yes, I love all of these things because it's for diversity and inclusion, but you ain't included. Now, let me tell you how y'all gonna get, because this is how y'all gonna be sexy. Y'all gonna be sexy. It's gonna be super sexy. Riis, what would you do if I told you the mayor said she was going to give $166 million to community development? Remember when community used to be code word for black? Y'all ain't changed y'all definition. They have. So $166 million for community development. Whose community? Whose community? Because if a white person come up to the meeting and they say, we want to help the community, this is for the benefit of the community, when you hear that, what do they? It's a slick way to say black, but not be black. Riis, if I said, hey man, we got something that's going to be good for the community, what you think? You talking about black people.
Definitely.
But he ain't. Because you ain't the community no more. You assumed because you've always been in the number one spot, so it always referred to you by default. What would you do if you said, then I'm going to put $157 million into affordable housing? You'd be like, man, who need affordable housing more than black people? Right? You like, yes. Yes.
How you vote for it and everything.
You'll be like, yes, I want affordable housing, but who is the housing for? Like, I was looking at these multi-million-dollar developments of housing, affordable housing that's coming. Who's building them? And who are they being built for? And in what neighborhoods? So if you do see Inglewood got a $700 million affordable housing development, but we know that they kept it divided with 5 different aldermen. So when you say Inglewood, you think Inglewood, you think black, but we also know that Inglewood is being encroached upon because it borders Little Village and Pilsen.
Yeah, most of the time when they put money into a bad neighborhood, they coming to take it over.
What if I told you that I was going to give $157 million in my budget to families in need? You would think, who's the families in need? You would think that's you. Right?
Right. I know it ain't them. That's how I know for a fact. I know for a fact it ain't them.
So But I'm telling you, because when you read this, you're going to be like, it's $1 billion in affordable housing for diversity, inclusion. We're good, right? You know who the largest contractor now at CHA is?
Who is it?
Latino Housing Authority. Latino. What if I told you I was going to give you $117 million for homeless support services? You would think they talking about the people under the bridge, wouldn't you? You would think that's what you would think. But how many immigrants arrive in Chicago homeless? See? And don't forget we got Afghanis coming.
Did you cut this? Remember I told you what my man said about you giving it too raw to him.
I'm not giving it to him raw, man. This the dope. This the straight dope. Now, what if I told you I was giving you $104 million for environmental justice and hazard reduction? You'll be like, man, we finna stop asthma in the black community. No, what you'd see is there's gonna be $107 million going out to the 10th ward where they're trying to build that recycling place. And you'd think about that $100 million going to, remember when it was the big cloud that went over Pilsen when they blew up the building? The environmental concerns are diverse and but they're not for you. When you see $93 million for public health priorities, you would again think, now I'm asking you, can this diversity and inclusion budget be achieved that we vote for it and we're not included in it? Small business and workforce support, $87 million. Who's the fastest growing small businesses in the city? Latino small business owners. Remember when Mark Carter gave us the information about the Office of Black Americans and they said they were going to cut the red tape, they were going to cut out the licensing procedure so that Latino business owners who are our most vibrant owners could get started. But you'll think that's you. $84 million for climate resiliency. That's to assuage. How many black people talking about climate change right now? $65 million for youth opportunities. Now, the last time we heard about youth opportunities, that was that money that went to violence prevention. Remember, $36 million went to one ward that was still the most violent, and they hired all the people to come jump on us. $60.6 million for city infrastructure and parks. $20 million for city promotional campaign. What is the $20 million for city promotional campaign? What that really is the mayor's ad campaign minus a budget, right? So I'm going to use, you notice how all the billboards got Chicago something, something, something on them now? Them become campaign ads. And $16 million for arts and culture. Right? Because that's what we're going to do our house music festivals out of. That's what we're going to get. That's what we're going to win. The $16 million in arts and culture, that's where the black folks going to be in. Y'all going to see all the festivals. Y'all going to have all the cool stuff. Y'all going to be at the Inglewood Fest. I'm not tripping. Think about just understand that while we having that Inglewood Fest, they buying houses around us. And I love Stephanie Coleman. But Stephanie got to watch her back. Because how much of this $16 million, like, they'll get you the party. We kicking it. Remember I told y'all was at Kanye kicking it? And the Latinos was like, we're back. Y'all was like, Yeezy came back to Chicago. Man, I was there. Y'all was taking pictures. They done let the GDs in the door. Y'all was, woo-hoo-hoo. But I caution you. The whole reason I asked you the social media question of the day and then rolled this out was because, Riis, it's challenging for me. You know how? So, yeah, I'm going to tell y'all, Riis said something yesterday. Riis stopped by. TP and his cousin stopped by. And they was telling me, man, we listen, bro. We listen all the time. My partner, he listen. Man, we listen to you all the time. But my partner wanted me to tell you something. Sometimes you give the dope too raw. Like you don't cut it. Like, you be shocking the fiends. But that's why y'all keep coming back. Right? That's why the hardcore audience come back, because they be like, that's that fire right there.
That's that real right there, okay.
Right? Oh, you putting people on their back? But what I tell you is this comes with a cost. See, this comes with a cost because I've seen it. And I've been there. And Riis, what I told your man was, I was like, they've never accused me of lying. And so what essentially has to happen is, because I shared this information with you, people have to find every kind of way they possibly can to try and destroy me, to try and hurt me, to try and challenge me, to try and be like, he's not credible. And so all I ask for y'all is to have my back, because I don't have no goal. I don't want to see nobody go down, but I do want to see us come up. It's not easy for me to watch. Like, yo, do y'all remember when I first started saying what's in it for the black people? Some of y'all probably don't. But I started saying what's in it for the black people, and I had to fight black people who could not understand why a black dude would be out here talking, man, Maze, you was over there with the Latinos. They kicked you out. They did this. They did that. No, I couldn't sit by. I couldn't sit in the room with all of our people sitting around as our demise was happening. You know how you be like, wait a minute. Hold on. It was like the Riis. It was the 1 for you, 1 for me. 2 for you, 1, 2 for me. 3 for you. And I'm going to tell you, Riis, that cartoon, do y'all know what I'm talking about? When the cartoon, it literally took me like 5 years to understand why the other guy's pile grew so quick, because it was like 1 for you, 1 for me, 2 for you, 1, 2 for... It made sense. It sounded good. And then, as I'm sitting over there, because I'm getting my little chips, I'm seeing the people I'm with, they pile is going like 10 times faster than mine. And that's the moment when I said, wait a minute. And it goes to when you see them say that we only get 14 cents on every dollar that a white person gets. That's where it comes from. It's not against anyone. It is for us. Like, Riis, if I want to buy a house, just think about that. My $100,000 is equivalent to buying a $16,000 house for a white person. So a white person, not $60,000, 16. So for every $100,000 house they can buy, so just check this out. If you buy a $300,000 house, that means I can get a $48,000 house. How do I ever get ahead if I allow you to say, to not talk about me, to not speak, to not advocate? Like, it don't gotta be against nobody. But like, if I'm swimming and I'm putting all my everything in and and you lapping me, you coming back, Riis, that means 5 times, the white people get 5 times to lap me before I get to the end of the pool the first time. They done been down and back 5 times. And it's not, and now other people are entering into the pool and they say, hey man, here's a life jacket for you. Hey, here go the Nike new swimsuit that you can put on that help you move. I'm still treading. And so as we look at, y'all heard how everything I listed? Let me tell you again, let me read it to you. Community, $166 million for community development, $153 million for affordable housing, $157 million to assist the families in need, $117 million for homeless support services, $104 million for environmental justice hazards, $100 million for community safety, $93 million for public health policies and priorities, $87 million for small business and workforce support, $84 million for climate resiliency, $65 million for youth opportunities. $60.6 million for city infrastructure and parks, $20 million for a city promotional campaign, and $16 million for arts and culture. If you were to read that and hear diversity and inclusion, you would think that meant you. What if you knew that meant what 14 cents out of every dollar is for you? What if you knew that you only get $166 million, you getting 14%, 14 cents off of that. 14 cents off of every dollar. If they include you. Because, let me ask a question one more time. Is it possible to reach your minority or diversity goals without black people? Now imagine you had this budget and we already told you we supporting you, and you ain't even gotta spell us. We ain't line item nowhere in here. And we told you we with it because we with the diversity and inclusion. What if I told you that as we rebuilding the city and invest South and Southwest, which is putting money back into our communities, but it's not for us. It is diverse. It is inclusive. But of who? Look, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all give me a call. I must be crazy. I think Riis, they be thinking I'm crazy. That's why they don't talk to me no more. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one. You got a couple of them.
Got two T's.
Give
me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord. I got one. Better. I got 5 reasons. 5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around. He woke me up this morning. Oh. Don't do this. Go number 4. He woke me up this morning. Come on, number 3. He woke me up. Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you. One of them 5s will get you. What's the second one? Number 1. Final answer.
That's a testimony.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:32 a.m. and I am Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports traffic and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Cubs will beat the Brewers 6-3. The Chicago White Sox one step closer to the AL Central title as they beat the Rangers 7-2. The Chicago Sky win their season finale against the Indiana Fever 98-87. Check them out for their round 1 playoff game Thursday on ESPN. The Chicago Bears would beat the Cincinnati Bengals as Andy Dalton will go down to injury and Justin Fields steps in to play the entire second half. The Chicago Bears will win 20-17. Now over to traffic on the Kennedy. It's 6. O'Hare will 40 on the Eden. Accident as well. Deerfield to Exchange is 65 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 36. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 51 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 35. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 49 minutes. Outbound will be 33. The Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 62 minutes, 28 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 21 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back out to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive south is 9 minutes, that's 55th to Jacksonville, the Jackson to 55th, and 8 minutes north. Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 73 and cloudy. Today will be a high of 73 with a low of 72. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Valerie on the Maze Jackson Show.
miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, baby? Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over there? You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Ruler, Mr. Business in the Front, Party in the back, in the studio with me. No Todd, no Ruthie, but it's all good. Y'all stay tuned at 8 o'clock. I got a big announcement. I want to share with you all, but I'll do it at 8 o'clock. Riis, I just was curious to know, is it possible to create an institution to meet? Excuse me. Is it possible for an institution to meet its diversity goals without including black people? And this is one of them I told you so moments where I've said what's in it for the black people, not the community, not letting all these people use all these words. I just unveiled all of the spending that the mayor plans in her new budget, which again, I would be excited. I'm going to tell you, she's going to say this budget invests more in diversity, equity, and inclusion than any budget. This is the most equitable budget in the history of, right? All them buzzwords. And I'm going to ask you, where are we in this? Line item it for me. Show me the projects. They're going to tell you vague answers because they know that, again, show me a neighborhood that they built up that black people stayed in. Show me one. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Let me go to the caller. Katie? Katie, you on the Maze Jackson Show? Is that you? Caller?
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, caller, who is
Hi.
that?
This is Katie. How are you?
Hey, Katie, how are you? Got it right.
Yes, I'm fine. I hope I must be the only one on the line. I don't know where everybody is at Monday morning.
That's because they don't want to hear it. They don't believe they don't want to hear me say I told you so. That's all.
Oh, well, when you started What's in it for the black people, I was on it immediately because I sort of got it. And then when you started explaining what was going on, then I really got it. And so now with this diversity thing, yeah, we could be diversified out. It's really a way to get ahead. And I'm thinking now, I said, with the so-called Latinos, what about how many Mexicans? What's the Mexican population in Chicago?
They're now at 30. They're now at 31%. We're at 28.
I'm just talking about the Mexicans as part of the Latino community.
Okay.
Hello?
I don't know the exact number, but I'm going to tell you, they remember.
I think it's something.
Go ahead, you talk. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm thinking it's something that we might be able to do with that. I mean, because it's the Mexicans that are really populated in Chicago, I think, and in the Cook County area. And so they're gonna, they want their piece of the pie. But I agree with you. We definitely going to be diversified out, and we really have to get on it. Thank you, Maeve.
Thank you so much, Katie. I want y'all to. I need for y'all to be wise. There's a reason I need for y'all to be wise, and I'm going to share that with you in a little while, but I need for you all to be wise in understanding that they have tricked us into being scared to even talk about ourselves and our self-interest. Let me ask a question. Have anybody ever been embarrassed to say they're Irish? Has any group ever been embarrassed to say that they're Italian, that they're Chinese, that they're any diverse group? No, they claim it. And it's tremendously disconcerting for me that, like, we correct ourselves out of the equation. Like, you'll say black and Riis peel it and say people of color. We use the buzzwords that are that spell our demise. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Brother Frank, you on the Maze Jackson show, brother. Take off the speakerphone.
Okay. Is it better?
Much better.
I'm off the speakerphone.
Thank you. Don't use the speakerphone, Brother Frank, no more.
Brother Riis, good morning to you both.
Come on.
And you are both correct, especially Brother Riis, and say yes and no, but it's more so yes. We can't be diversified out. And it's happening right before our very eyes. And in a way, it's our fault because we are not speaking out loud enough. We're not going to this mayor's house like other communities do and voice our demands on her. You know what I'm saying? Look what they finna do for Pilsen over there. She just broke the ground for it. None of this is going to include us. You can do the same thing over here on Carson and Roosevelt. That land over there, vast. Actually put 2 football fields over there. Football stadiums with plenty of room for parking. Invest Southwest, they talking about Hispanics and they talking about Asians, not about us. We're too ununified, and they cannot tell us we can't use the word black. They can say all they want to. We should still continue to use the word black. What's in it for the black people? The only true unity that's so, if we was unified as a whole, like the millennials are, this would be happening to us. We need to be sending a clear message to this mayor that you are on your way to being a one-term mayor. We should be already lining up people, qualified blacks, to run against this person, man. This person is not only her, but the black people, they need to be waking up. Bad enough black people got in there and shoot it like this, but for y'all to get in there and do the same thing is unacceptable. We got to start speaking out loud and showing this mayor that we're coming after you. Okay, we're coming after you. We're coming after you. And unless we do that, they're going to continue to look over us, step over us, and she's going to continue to keep her knee on our neck. Thank you, Brother Mays. This is horrible.
Thank you, Brother Frank. I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna take the knee off. They're gonna take their knee up off our neck, but they're gonna pass our plate to somebody else. Like, again, we just be getting murder, kill, death, and it'd be like people step right in. Let's go to Patrick. Patrick, you're on the Maze Jackson show. Patrick.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Turn your audio up. Go ahead.
The answer to your question is that diversity can exclude us because we're not the ones who determine what's diverse. That's done by some. Make those decisions. And the question of, like you hit on this piece about being ashamed of being black. I discovered that a long time ago. I'm about 35 years older than you, and I discovered that about the time you were born. So it's a problem. I don't know what the solution is. And it's not that we aren't informed, because for years we've stood up in the taverns and settled the national budget and discuss all the problems that you talk about here on your program. But we don't address whether we are afraid to talk to power. We'll talk to each other, but when it comes to talking to power, it doesn't happen.
You know what? We'll talk about each other too.
Example.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that too. I used to sit up in a joint and everybody would malign Jesse Jackson. And they tell you, well, what did Jesse Jackson ever do to you? I said, well, I got a job as a sales manager once because they were trying to keep ahead of Jesse Jackson. They didn't want him putting the spotlight on him. So, and I'm not the only one that benefited from that. So Jesse Jackson did a whole lot for a lot of people. But, blacks didn't want to be black. And that's the thing. It was an embarrassment to be a minority.
Thank you, Patrick. I'm going to tell you, it's funny because I've said this. I've not always been the best with this. Let me back up. Reverend Jackson, I told you, it took going to my mother-in-law's house, right? It took going to my mother-in-law's house and seeing how they talked about Jesse Jackson and all of that. And I didn't. Sometimes you're able to minimize those because we're used to them, but it's like, again, head not by black for fighting for black people, and here we are now. Like last week or 2 weeks ago or a month ago, I heard a black alderman say we are our history to the Latinos is inextricably linked, and that's just not true. We are not inextricably linked as black and brown. We're not. And it's to align interests. It's okay to align our interests and say this works for both of us. And because my enemy is my enemy, you my friend, but it does not ever benefit us to say we are inextricably linked to anybody. That ain't us. Because do you know when your mama say if Jimmy go jump off the bridge, you gonna jump with him? Well, they jump off the bridge because they can swim. We know we can't. But we inextricably linked. And all I'm saying, y'all, is, see, they want to stop. They want to stop us from advocating for ourselves, which they've successfully done. And now I am asking you, can they pass a budget? Can they pass a diversity inclusion budget? Is it possible to pass the most diverse budget in the history of the country, in the history of the city, and it do nothing good for black people? Is that possible? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Melody, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. Melody?
Morning. I'm not Melody. I'm Mama D.
Hey, Mama D. Mama D. Oh, you called. It's good to hear from you, Mama D. What's going on?
Yeah, I hope I don't miss you at 8 o'clock.
Oh, no, don't miss me at 8 o'clock. Stay tuned. You got to come on. You got to watch us on Facebook and YouTube.
Anyway, what happened to us did not happen to anybody else but us. The United Nations calls it the greatest Holocaust in the history of humankind. Mexico had their own slave trade, and they fought against this country. But the whole word minority is what messes everybody else up. Because when they're talking about Asian minorities, they're talking about people from India, China, Japan, Korea, and countries. When they talk about Latinos, they're talking about countries like Cuba and Mexico and Puerto Rico. When they get to us, it's black or African American. Our problem is there is no land called Negro, Black, Colored, People of Color, and right came from a with the language, and they say I'm Haitian, I'm from Haiti, I'm Jamaican, I'm from Jamaica, I'm Ghanaian, I'm from Ghana. We can't say I'm Black. Kidnapped from a continent, but the people living on the continent don't claim the continent; they claim a country. Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya. So we have got to get over our emotional feelings and claim the country. Americans, because if we're the only ones that's not bilingual, and the mother tongue language for us is English. So we've got to have a convention that we can name ourselves and claim ourselves like everybody else, because with the black and brown, and then they hop over and say, I'm Latino, and it's my culture, and they can be white and everything else that they want to be. So we've got to go to Bobby Rush, who came up with the idea that you could not call illegals, people who have broken into this country, can't call them illegals, can't call them aliens, but they listed as aliens in the DREAM Act, Development, Relief, and Education for Alien Minors. And yet we got to go to him and say, hey, look, we want to have an official name so we can make our official claim that's not linked with anybody else but us. What do you think?
I think that makes a tremendous amount of sense, Mama D. Are we ready? Are we conscious? Do we have the buy-in of the people to move forward? Because, the moment you say something, people like, I ain't say that. Now, I'm not dissing it, but I feel like we got to get to a point where we recognize that it's happening. I still don't know that people recognize that it is happening. Let's go to Bob. Bob, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Bob Israel, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, shalom, brother. It's a good act of follow, Mama D. She hit it hammer on the head when that word minority means minor, and we not the minor in this company no more. It's in the language. The minority, black. First of all, let me tell you something. Great Mark Allen told me, rest in peace, that a white boy told him that we can meet every minority goal without a black person on the site, because a white woman is a minority. That's just an example. So we got to change the language federally. Like they got to go to Bobby Rush or somebody, and they got to say black, because another friend of mine said I never saw water hoses and dogs be sick on Mexicans in the old movies, the 60s. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they created that minority participation for us, the ones that they stick the dogs on and put them water hoses on. So it's all in the language. And keep up the good fight, man. So, make good trouble like that John, that dude that passed away. So
John
keep up
Lewis.
the good trouble.
Man, I shout out, thank you, Brother Israel. And I'm not sure that I want to go down that path, because I feel like that path has led us here. That path of the good trouble. And we got the John Lewis Act and the everything, and they used his death as symbolism to rally us up and against Trump and all of that. And again, and like right now, remember everybody down crying at the border? Now it's Haitians down there and we ain't heard nobody. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Is it possible for that to pass the most inclusive, diverse minority budget and not include black people?
Maze.
Yes,
this is Cassandra.
Hey,
Are
Cassandra.
you talking to me?
Yes, I am. How are you, darling?
Good morning. I am just frustrated to the max. This is a conversation that's going to have to be repeated over and over and over again. And I'm only talking about the experiences that I have in the Southland. We have 17 black mayors, and they do not want to alienate their residents, the 2%. Because their communities is 70% and above black. So you have all these developers that come into our communities. You have all the big boxes like the Amazons, the Walmarts. They come into the communities, and then they want to have a secret meeting with the mayor, because when you have a secret meeting, it's like a pedophile. You're about to touch something that shouldn't be touched. And when you have a secret meeting, you're not allowing the residents to weigh in on, do they want this in the community or not? And trying to get the mayors to understand that we have to talk black. We have to talk black. We don't talk minority is watered down, like you said. Diversity is watered down. So we talk about black and inclusion. And the mayors have the power to let them know that when you come into my community, this is what I expect. But what they are afraid of is that we border Will County. They're afraid that we're so big. Oh, if you put stipulations on things, we're just going to walk across the line here and go over to Will County and take our business over there. Then all 17 black mayors need to lock arms and say, go do it. Go walk somewhere else. Because unless those projects look like us and represent the community, because you're getting our TIF money, you're getting our enterprise zone program. So unless it looks like us, we don't want you here. But we can't get them not to be afraid. And then they want to represent the 2% that's left because they don't want white flight. I say they won't go anywhere. And they don't say that we're only going to represent our the 8 to 70% if they were in charge. They would be like, whatever's good for us is good for them. And I just think that we need to stop being afraid and we need to use our power. And our power is our voice. And we should represent our community the way that we should represent it. And you're spot on, Maze. Keep up the good fight. I got your back. I'm out here. What's in it for the black people?
Thank you, Cassandra. And it's so amazing to me because it's like, here we got the numbers and we giving up our lunch before they even try to take it. Riis, I never really got bullied growing up. And I don't know if it was the gift of gab, talk smack. I had a little fight too, but I used to see people who would get bullied and instead of getting bullied, they would just give their lunch money up, like volunteer. And I was like, and then be hungry and couldn't tell their mama. Right? It's like it's like, think about if the white businesses say they finna go to Will County, then why do we have the county board president? Right? Like, if Orland can drain all of the black business and starve out all of the other areas around Orland and starve out all the retail. So now River Oaks is closed and everybody that go to River Oaks got to go all the way over to Orland because they know you ain't going to do nothing. You ain't going to change it. But we got the mayors along all the highways to get there. We got everything. We control the police departments, the whole thing, all the way across the Southland, and the white guys still figure out how to thrive and beat us. Now think about it. You got the county board president. You got all of the elected officials. We've been the super majority in the Southland, and we ain't had a chance to catch up. And now the Latinos are here, and they like, hey, Joe, we taking us. And we bending to them. You think they gonna let them same people control their school boards? You think they gonna let their kids educate? They saw it here. Let it be faulty while y'all got it, and then when we take it over, we're gonna rebuild and restore it. Because we understand investing in our people. It's a reason people are coming here. Because they know that the incentives that you promote, will benefit them. Look, y'all, Riis done gave me the sign. He told me I got to say bye to the WBGX 1570 audience. I'm going to tell you, if you on WBGX, if you on 1570, if you are on TuneIn, you are going to want to come back to the Maze Show on live on YouTube. Got a big big announcement coming up at a little bit after 8 o'clock. So I'm going to tell y'all, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tune in to the Maze Jackson Show. Get on social, get on YouTube, get on Twitter, get on Twitch, because it's a big announcement coming up when we come back after this break. But yo, don't let these people create a budget. Like I'm telling you today, you're going to hear that this is the most equitable, this is the biggest investment in the South and West Sides, etc., right? You're going to hear about the most equity. You're going to hear about how our priorities and our values are reflected in the budget. Now, you got to ask yourself, when do they say black people? Count how many times they say our immigrant population, and then they don't even think about you. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, y'all, tell everybody. And you know it's funny. People, I can't do it all. I can't do it all. And it's like, it's so interesting. People tend to pick battles you got to be in, which fights you got to be in, but don't nobody be there to put no shield on you, right? People will tell you to starve, kill yourself, kill your family, and watch you die. And be like, he was a great fighter for the people. One more dead. No backbone, no plan, no aid and assist, no nothing. They'll say, go kill yourself, run up the hill. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Man, they done messed around and gave New Era Chicago their own radio show. What they do that for?
You done messed up. So what we doing, bro?
Man, we talk about power.
Did you say power?
Not rights and equality, but power. We ain't begging, we building.
In that order, Chicago, and we got dope segments. Hey, yo, sis, holla at them.
Peace and love, family. It's Sister E of New Era Chicago in the building, dropping the statistics, holistics, and of course the ballistics. Good for the mind, body, and the soul. Let's get it, family.
And this your boy D Cook coming with straight facts. If you don't know, now you know.
And this is your other sister, Omo Oya Music, coming in peace, love, and light, getting real with my people so we can quit with the bull spit.
And this brother E, and I'm gonna wrap it up with the power surge.
Listen, it's going down every Wednesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Black Power Hour, New Era Chicago Radio on What's In It for the Black People Media.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All love it.
Yeah, I love being black, Hey, do this for my people.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:03 a.m. And I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. Well, in sports for a day in Chicago, the Chicago Cubs' Patrick Wisdom will set a Chicago Cub record for homers by a rookie as the Cubs beat the Brewers 6-3. The Chicago White Sox one step closer to that AL Central title as they beat the Rangers 7-2. The Chicago Sky also beat the Indiana Fever yesterday in the season finale 98-87. Check them out Thursday on ESPN2. For the round one of the playoffs. The Chicago Bears beat the Cincinnati Bengals 20-17 as Dalton goes down with injury. Justin Fields stepped in and took over the second half. Now over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop. There's an accident, so it's 90 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare will be 40 minutes. On the Eden Deerfield to the Exchange is also an accident. That's 84 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 43. On the Eisenhower, another accident. Thorndale to the Loop is 71 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 40. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 57 minutes. Back out will be 41. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 57 minutes, 28 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 25 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson is 13 minutes. Jackson to 55th is 9. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 8. Bryn Mawr to Randolph is 12. Today's weather, it is currently 73 and clouded. Expect showers throughout the day with a high of 79 and a low of 72. I'm Riis the Ruler, here So Good on the Maze Jackson Show.
did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, heads turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20 piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I want a check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your clothes on. When you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? When you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor giving more, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman. No, why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
To the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, everybody. get around, get gathered, get to the TV, get to the internet, get to the YouTube, because we got a big old announcement. Whew. How y'all feeling today? Riis, how you feeling, man? You good?
You know I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest.
I know the rest. Shout out to Liz Vincent and her husband who stopped by yesterday. Shout out to everybody who came by TP to rock and watch the Bears game. Also, don't forget the What's in It for the Black People tailgate. We're going to tailgate for the Raiders game. So be on the lookout for all that information. We were supposed to have a WIIFTBP meeting tomorrow. So I'm in trouble. Because I got to change it up on y'all a little bit. So I know my exec board is probably listening like, what? Dude, how you going to do this on the radio? I got to change it up a little bit because things have happened. Things have changed a little bit. And we're going to be well, let me just say this. And I got an announcement for you. But I want to offer a precursor. Since I've been doing what I've been doing on the radio, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge for me, and just how people respond. And do y'all know I married the most beautiful woman in Illinois. I know some of y'all probably think differently, but you know what I'm saying. Like, to me, most beautiful woman in Illinois. And I think when we fell in love and got married, I was a different person. I.e., I was a lobbyist. I was living through the most amazing man in the world, right? And you would see my Instagram, and not my Instagram, my Facebook posts, and I would be all over the world. I was riding cars and living a life, and I was fully immersed in the political scene. And the further that I got into it and the more high up I got, I kind of chose a different path. And my wife, God bless her, for the last 5 years, coming up on 6, has had to bear the brunt, because she is a politician, she is an elected official, has had to bear the brunt of people who want to hurt me by trying to take their hurt of me out because of this stuff I talk about all the time. And it's funny because a lot of y'all be telling me what I should be doing and how I should be using my platform and all types of stuff. Nobody really takes into consideration our family. No one takes into consideration the burden that just doing this show can often put on my loved ones who haven't chosen this path. Right? And so, but I will tell you that my wife has always supported me, but we maintain that she don't get, like, even when people will be like, why are you talking about that? Why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? Riis, take that thing down. Take that sign down out the window. That buy thing out the window. So, it's so many times when people would be like, Maze, you can't say that. I remember hearing people telling her that being married to me was going to be bad for her political career. Like, people that I maybe knew and respected and all of that good stuff. And I would tell you that Carrie has paid a tremendous price for me, even though I think it's probably the most sexist and racist thing in the whole world, because I don't think no white man ever has to answer any questions about no man has to answer questions. Like, people come to me and be like, what, this, Carrie, that? I'll be like, man, I don't have a vote in the boardroom. She don't got a vote on the show. And we've been able to operate that way. But I am excited for her. And so this is what I'm going to do. I want you all to do me a solid, right? I want you all to take a moment. And I want you to pay attention to this video, right? I want you to pay attention to the video. Riis, Put the audio up, y'all. Y'all screen getting ready to go black for a hot second because I want to make sure you don't miss none of it. I'm going to take the logo off right now. You are probably experiencing a black screen. I'm going to take all my pictures off. It's going to be no logos. You got a straight black screen. Riis, turn my volume up. Ladies and gentlemen, the big, my audio good? I don't want it to mess up. You black screening right now. And now I'm about to be quiet. Whew, here we go. Oh, dang it.
That's Southside wisdom from my parents.
Sorry.
My mom would say, don't talk about it, Carrie. Be about it. That's Southside wisdom from my parents I still hear loud and clear. I'm Carrie Steele. I'm a chemist and an environmentalist. I ran for president of the Water Reclamation District because I saw problems and I wanted to help fix them. I oversee a $1 billion budget. We have a AAA bond rating, and we've improved our services while decreasing our reliance on tax dollars. Today, I'm announcing I'm running for Cook County Assessor. We face mounting challenges that will determine the direction of Cook County for generations to come. The current assessor, he has been long on promises, but short on results. He promised he would make property taxes fairer for working people. He promised to help our seniors. He promised to be a competent manager. But a Sun-Times investigation revealed that he badly mismanaged the senior citizen tax freeze program, and homeowners got hurt. And I don't need to tell you that working families still pay more than their fair share. Look, we all agree we need to stop big corporations who own downtown buildings from getting around the rules while working people pick up the slack. But I'm also a realist. I know we need businesses to come to stability so they can plan ahead with a strong understanding of what it will cost to run their business, and the knowledge that on top of their taxes, they're not also forced to pay extra for mismanagement and waste. I'm Carrie Steele, and as your assessor, I won't just talk about it. I'll be about it.
Y'all, did y'all see that? Let me do it for you one more time. I'm gonna do it one more again. Cause I think y'all need to just see it one more time and let it soak in. All right, so your screen's gonna go black again. We got the volume up. Riis, I'm gonna do it again.
My mom would say, don't talk about it, Carrie. Be about it. That's Southside wisdom from my parents I still hear loud and clear. I'm Carrie Steele. I'm a chemist and an environmentalist. I ran for president of the Water Reclamation District because I saw problems and I wanted to help fix them. I oversee a $1 billion budget. We have a AAA bond rating, and we've improved our services while decreasing our reliance on tax dollars. Today, I'm announcing I'm running for Cook County Assessor. We face mounting challenges that will determine the direction of Cook County for generations to come. The current assessor, he has been long on promises, but short on results. He promised he would make property taxes fairer for working people. He promised to help our seniors. He promised to be a competent manager. But a Sun-Times investigation revealed that he badly mismanaged the senior citizen tax freeze program, and homeowners got hurt. And I don't need to tell you that working families still pay more than their fair share. Look, we all agree we need to stop big corporations who own downtown buildings from getting around the rules while working people pick up the slack. But I'm also a realist. I know we need businesses to come to Cook County, to invest, to create jobs. They need stability so they can plan ahead with a strong understanding of what it will cost to run their business, and the knowledge that on top of their taxes, they're not also forced to pay extra for mismanagement and waste. I'm Carrie Steele, and as your assessor, I won't just talk about it. I'll be about it.
Y'all know I'm proud of my baby, right? Y'all know beyond proud. My beautiful and lovely wife.
Need some tissue in there? Like you finna cry a little bit, man.
Hey, man, I don't cry. But I will tell you that I am super proud of her. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. I will not be using this platform because they'll use it against her. Right? But I'm asking every single person in our family and in our network to do right, to help us get right. I gotta tell you, and y'all, I'm gonna probably get in trouble, and I'm sure everybody, all the consultants and all the people and everybody is gonna be yelling and screaming and whatever, and there's probably gonna be a point in time in this space that they're going to try and use my desire to see black people do well, and they're going to try and use it against her. And I'm just going to ask you all. I'm going to ask you all to be her hedge of protection. Right? Because anything I say, anything I do, all of the stuff that I've said, they are trying to use, they will try and use. So I'm going to ask you all to be her support. I'm going to ask you all to be a shield when they start to throw the arrows and throw spears and darts. Y'all know I love my wife. And I never want to be the reason that I never want to be the cause of her not getting to where she needs to go to help and to do what she needs to do for our people. Not she has been fair. We ain't the same. We ain't the same. But I need for this thing that we do, because it's so many people that talk so much smack, right? And they be like, yo, you ain't do this and you ain't do that and it's like there's always a method to the madness, right? There always is. Maybe you don't understand, but there's always a method to the madness. And I don't want my love of black people to be used as a hindrance against her. So I'm going to ask y'all again to be that hedge of protection. Because you know that being a vociferous advocate for black people does not pay. I told you the last time, y'all remember we played videos and remember we caught audios and we saw all the most powerful people in the state aligned. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it was y'all. It was y'all that made the rest of the world bow down when they tried to take everything. And it has always been the belief in the people, right? Somebody said, Riis, when you talked about the VIP entrance earlier today, it is the VIP entrance is where so many of our elected officials look to go. When they got in, we don't VIP entrance per se. And what I've found is that the people will make you the VIP. Not the event, not the producer, not the person that's making the list, but the people. And President Steele, because I try to give black people their props. has always been about the people. I remember when we were first Young Democrats. I ain't gonna lie, I was really trying to Mac. But I would call up and be like, okay, here's the plan, because we gonna make the world and we gonna take over the Young Democrats and these people is plotting it. And she'd be like, man, I came here to meet some people and network. But I think back to being Young Democrats, president of the Cook County Young Democrats, president of the Sixth Ward Young Democrats. I remember when she said she was going to run for Cook County, when she was going to run for Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, because she saw the flooding on the South Side, in South Side basements, and had no representation in the water. And she didn't support the party, even though she was a child. Her dad was a Democratic judge and a former alderman, and she didn't get the deference that is afforded to most most politicians' children. Y'all know when the politician's child runs, everybody's supposed to support. She didn't get that. She ran, she lost. She ran again, she won. I think about after she got married and she had worked 6 years, and here she comes on her first term after being married, and now she is the enemy of the people after everybody loved her because she married to me. And I remember what's in it for the black people calling up and being like, man, we out here. I remember I could call y'all and say, we going to the L stops. We going to the whatever. And I remember it would be Tamika, it would be Ramel, it would be James. All of those people would come around and they'd be like, we got to do it. Like, we're not going, because I was always, I got to tell y'all, you won't see me, and I'm going to be, a lot of people call me all the time and say, hey, Maze, great move, great this, great that. Do y'all know that the smartest political person in our house is Carrie? And y'all be calling me like, hey, people been calling me like, hey, and I've been saying, cuz, I'm not the smart one in our house. Not on politics. Leah, you remember you held down the office? Leah, it was this office right here, y'all. This studio that we were sitting in last time when we was all working together. There was no studio. That was Tennille's office. And so I'm just going to ask you all, right? Because people would try and paint us together. And don't get it twisted. I always got my wife back. Always. But it is sometimes offensive to me. And sometimes it drives me nuts that y'all underestimating. People be calling me up like, Carrie is one of the most thoughtful, intelligent, dang, and she's smarter than me too. I like when they pull them formulas and stuff out. But I'm going to ask you all one more time, one more again, right? Because y'all know how it goes, right? Y'all know how it goes. And so I'm going to ask you all to be her hedge of protection. I'm going to ask you all to wrap and embrace her. I do not. I'm asking you all. I have never wanted to be a person that impeded the dreams of anyone. And I got a feeling, because, I make a lot of people uncomfortable, that people will try to turn this thing that we do into a negative. And I need y'all to be better than that. I need y'all to step up. I need y'all to be swordsmen. I need y'all to be shields. I'm gonna do it one more time, one more again, cause I'm just proud of her. I'm proud of her because You know, like she said, she don't talk about it, she be about it. I complain a lot. I get on here every day and talk smacky. You know, she be like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'll be like, I am doing it. I be talking smack every morning. What you mean, what am I gonna do? But Carrie is not going to talk about it. She is gonna be about it. I want to share the video with y'all one more time, and then we're gonna take a break, and then we'll talk about the Haitian immigrants. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, y'all, one more time. I'm so proud.
My mom would say, don't talk about it, Carrie. Be about it. That's Southside wisdom from my parents. I still hear loud and clear. I'm Carrie Steele. I'm a chemist and an environmentalist. I ran for president of the Water Reclamation District because I saw problems and I wanted to help fix them. I oversee a $1 billion budget. We have a AAA bond rating, and we've improved our services while decreasing our reliance on tax dollars. Today, I'm announcing I'm running for Cook County Assessor. We face mounting challenges that will determine the direction of Cook County for generations to come. The current assessor, he has been long on promises, but short on results. He promised he would make property taxes fairer for working people. He promised to help our seniors. He promised to be a competent manager. But a Sun-Times investigation revealed that he badly mismanaged the senior citizen tax freeze program, and homeowners got hurt. And I don't need to tell you that working families still pay more than their fair share. Look, we all agree we need to stop big corporations who own downtown buildings from getting around the rules while working people pick up the slack. But I'm also a realist. I know we need businesses to come to Cook County, to invest, to create jobs. They need stability so they can plan ahead with a strong understanding of what it will cost to run their business, and the knowledge that on top of their taxes, they're not also forced to pay extra for mismanagement and waste. I'm Carrie Steele, and as your assessor, I won't just talk about it. I'll be about it.
We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:32 a.m. And I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Cubs will beat the Brewers 6-3. The Chicago White Sox one step closer to the AL Central title as they beat the Rangers 7-2. The Chicago Sky beat the Indiana Fever 98-87. And the Chicago Bears beat the Cincinnati Bengals 20-17. Now over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop. Accident is 97 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is 27 minutes. On the Eden, also an accident. Deerfield to Exchange will be 91 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield will be 33. Accident on the Eisenhower from Thorndale to the Loop is 81 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 43. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 60 minutes. Outbound will be 2. I-80 to Dan Ryan is 65 minutes, 28 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 24 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back out to 95th. Usabo Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 16 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 9. On the north side, Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr to Randolph, 14 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 73 and raining. Expect a high of 79 and a low of 72. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's home.
Let's reminisce, yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you baby, you would change my life. You opened up my eyes to see. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back. I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Just me. Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach, playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets? And now we're taking flights from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah. To the day that we first met.
Baby!
Let's go back. Let's throw back. Let's go. I wanna go. Oh, come on now. We were making love to the first time we let's reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Come on now. Let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Let's throw back, everybody. Let's throw back. If you love somebody, let's throw back. Talk about the love. Let's throw back. Let's throw. I wanna throw back. Reminisce on how it used to be.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited for my wife. I need y'all to. So look, y'all. Like the consultants told me I can't be too excited. The people, like, you can't, you know, Maze, you got to be careful. So I'm going to be careful because, you know, I don't ever want to be, because it's a lot of people. I need for y'all to understand it's a lot of people that told her that I would be terrible for her career. And you know, all I want is the best for everybody in my circle. So I need y'all to be that hedge of protection. You know, a lot of people promise us stuff. A lot of people tell us things that they gonna do. They talk about it. But you know, my beautiful, lovely wife, she gonna be about it. So I need y'all to do y'all thing. All right, I'm gonna stop. I was singing that song, though. I felt that song today. I felt that song, the throwback song, Riis, only because it made me think back to being a young Democrat. With that haircut, did y'all see when Carrie had that asymmetrical on there? I was like, it's a good thing she ain't know me in high school because she would have fell in love for real. But no, I was looking at the, you know, I was thinking when I hear that song, I kind of always insert myself in the video. And so in inserting myself in the video, you know, I be thinking about like the first time like the back of the, well, we ain't never, you know, my wife ain't no back. Are we clicking again? We chopping? A little bit?
Yeah, it's like periodically. Like it's like something weird, but I don't know what it is. But.
Okay, we're going to have to do something else. All right, Riis. So I was listening to Let's Throw Back. You know, first time we went out, we went to the Rihanna concert at the United Center, and it was the third date. It was the third time I'd have asked out, and she faked me out. And I was like, if she faked me out on this one, I ain't never asking her again.
You know you was gonna ask again.
No, I wasn't. I went, hey, bro. No, I wasn't. Yeah, can I tell you why, Riis? Because I asked her to come. I had a skybox, and I asked her to come to the skybox the same day that during the Blackhawks, and they had the rings, and they was bringing the trophy, and she didn't come. Ooh. I was like, then I had courtside.
Ooh.
Big black chairs.
Ooh. And she didn't come to the
She didn't come. And I was like, all right. Then somebody I got to hook up on Rihanna tickets. I said, this is my last chance. This is the last time I'm asking. And she almost faked me out. She said she had an incident, and she was like, if I fake this dude out again, he ain't never talk. And we have been on the radio talking about her right now. I've been like, that one time.
Look at her running for, I don't care if she's running for that.
Riis, but I'm going to tell you, dog. There was this one picture on her Facebook page. And she was just sitting over the dock of it was a winter time. She had on a red coat, and she was just looking over the edge of this water, and it was like, and I was like, from her Facebook picture, I was like, I'm gonna marry her. Straight up. Now I ain't gonna lie, Riis. When I first saw her at the Chicago Center for the Performing Arts, she had on a knockoff Vote or Die shirt.
And you're just gonna tell all her business.
She had, 6th Ward Young Democrats, they was trying to be cool like the 27th Ward Young Democrats. And so they thought they was gonna come show us out. So they showed up with they Vote or Die shirts on. Cause that was when Puffy was big and we was all, and you couldn't find the Vote or Die shirts. So they had them and we was like, damn, we ain't got them. Then I was like, wait a minute. These knockoffs. 6th Ward. What could you expect? Then, I remember years and years, she like, boy, if you don't get up out my face, I used to be all up in her face. She be like, if you don't get up, I used to have my assistant call her. Be like, Maze would like to invite you on his boat this weekend. Is this dude assistant to get on the boat?
Right, why you didn't call?
Because I was being important. Right? I was like, Mr. Jackson would like you to, I saw it in the movies. I thought it was slick.
She just sent us some flowers and asked her, that way.
It worked for everybody else. Didn't work for Carrie.
She wasn't impressed by that.
She was like, man, you had this white girl call me one more time here. See what happened to you. And then the white girl would be like, she just doesn't want to go out with you. Don't you understand? Damn, man.
Did you fire her after that?
No, she quit. But she was on her way to getting fired. Her mom came to the place and was like, you really work for black people? Like, they couldn't believe that we was black. Like, yeah. Yep, she quit. She brought her whole family. They came to the job and like, you're out of there. Too many black people rolling around. She was like a white kid from, yeah. Anyway. Then, Riis, I remember after we went to so can I tell y'all, this is why y'all be talking. So, okay, I'm going to tell y'all a story. So, y'all remember Double J? Double J calls me up and says, hey, I got a guy who's running for office. He's running for Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, and he needs your help. That's Double J. Who is it? It's Patrick Daley Thompson. Y'all know y'all be hating on Patrick, right? But Patrick, I volunteered to work on Patrick's campaign because him and Carrie was all running together, so I knew I could be close to her if I went to the campaign.
Chasing that thing.
Hey, Riis.
Chasing that thing, man.
Riis. So I volunteered on the campaign for Patrick Daley Thompson, and they won. And Patrick was like, Patrick would always be giving me the plug, and Patrick would be like, dog, she's just not interested. She's just not. Like, Maze, I've tried everything. Like, instead of getting a win bonus, like usually you win a campaign, you get like a couple thousand, few thousand, I was like, don't give me the win bonus, just give me a date with Carrie. He's like, man, I tried. So we were all in Springfield one day.
So did you get your money?
No.
So you didn't get...
No, he did his part.
Yeah, so you ended up losing out on money and losing
right
out on at the moment. That's what
right.
That's what
so it took. Look, Riis, it was the last. So then the MWRD had their lobby day down in Springfield, Riis, And they had their lobby day down in Springfield. And when they had it, she came and they was going to spend the night. They spent the night. I was like, ooh, big chance. So Patrick, it was me, Patrick, and Patricia and Senator Patricia Van Pelt. And Senator Van Pelt asked me to take her home, drop off, and then she got out the car and it was me and Carrie. And then we went to go meet Patrick back at the restaurant. We went up to the top of the Hilton. We was eating dinner and Patrick was like, I'm tired. You know, he put the wingman and bounced out. And me and Carrie talked. Like we said, we closed the restaurant. Then I ain't gonna even lie, Riis, then, you know, Springfield. So after we closed the restaurant, so, you know, we in a hotel. I'm thinking I'm like, man, I done had her talking for 3 hours at least. She gonna give me a kiss, something. She was like, holla. She was like, great talking to you. Talk to you back in Chicago. I was like, dang, not even a kiss. No kiss. Riis, do you know how long I waited for a kiss, though? I had to wait at least 6 months. Riis, mind you, I'm like the king of the world. And all I could think about, I remember calling Art Turner up like, Art, she's coming over. And she's gonna come over and come to the barbecue. I used to have these parties and all this stuff. And like, Riis, my crib, like when I had an expense account. I used to have all these parties. People would be at my house every weekend. I remember the first time Carrie came over and like, but you know, it was clear to everybody who was at the party, that was the start. Man, Riis. And I think about all of the stuff that, like, that time has flown by. And I think about, like, where, like, Riis, we was partying, we was kicking it, we was living the life. And then I was making a couple hundred, we was, you know, and then all of a sudden, after she marries me, everything goes crash. Did I tell you that I even sodded her backyard?
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm sorry, but you can't go from a person that you said you tried 18 dates and she said no, and then you was like, pow, I threw one party and now we married. Like, wait a minute, like.
No, Riis, okay, so then let me
just say forget it. You know
no, I never forgot it.
I like you. You know what? I go out with you. Like, at what point?
Oh, with the Rihanna concert. But after the Rihanna concert, it was like, she would come out, she would hang out, but she wasn't my girl.
Oh, okay.
Right? So then, like, I remember I asked Brother Sadiq, I used to deliver have Brother Sadiq, if I couldn't do it, she used to like these strawberry lemon ices that came from McDonald's. If I couldn't deliver it every day when she was at home sick, guess what? I had somebody deliver. I even had Brother Sadiq, had him a landscaping company. You know, I had him reside her whole backyard because she had dirt back there. He was like, man, dog, he knew me for 30-something years. He was like, you really like her. Because you got me out here putting grass down. Whew. Riis. So you got to understand. And then you got to think about, like, for being all of that and being the rising star when she got married to me. X on. They put an X on her. Riis, you didn't have to get this out of me. I would have told this story.
No, I'm just
But they get the X. They put an X on it because of me. And Riis, I got to tell you, it's nothing like seeing somebody that you love hurting and you know you the cause of the pain, but they ain't gonna never tell you to stop doing what you're doing. And kinda I can't. And to see after it's just, y'all, I want to make sure that whatever can be done to help her gets done. And I just, you know, my biggest fear, y'all, is that they will try to use my love for black people against the person that I love the most. And that, my friends, is what I'm asking y'all to do. To be that hedge of protection. It's a lot of people that will fake in front and be all And I want y'all to take notes. I want you to pay attention to who supports her. Right? People got choices. People got choices. We got to choose our own, y'all. We got to choose our own. And I need y'all to be with her. I need all y'all to send up a prayer. But I need y'all to do more than pray. I need y'all to be active. Again, this platform will not be the place because they'll use it against us. But I need all y'all. You know, we don't look for the VIP entrance. I'll be honest with you. You know, I talk that smack, but it has been the general admission ticket that has always been our past. It is the belief in people. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes, y'all, it be hard to believe in your people, but I got to tell you, y'all ain't failed us yet. Y'all need to, like, it's going to be people that you going to be looking at that represent you that got. Y'all got to help them make their choices. Choose right. Because she told us she wasn't going to talk about it. She was going to be about it. I'm so. My heart fast still.
Next up, Mary, and then you'll be the first.
Hey, don't start that. See, you start doing that. Nah, see, you start doing that, Riis, and then the next thing you know is then you're going to make people. So, let's be clear. Carrie, in my estimation, is a rising star that could be anywhere. We don't want to make no enemies. The mayor raising taxes today by $75 million. You see they blocking us now, right? You see how y'all doing all that? See how they trying to check? They reporting you again. See how we got close to the end and now you start talking all that and now y'all see that? Riis, I need everybody to go check out her website. We're going to have all that stuff posted. Y'all check out that video. Y'all know I'll be looking at that video like, oh, my wife find it. I still like I like the MC Light haircut she got. That's when she first. Hey, y'all. What's in it for the black people? Who's in it for the black people? Remember when I asked you, is it possible today to meet your diversity goals without including black people? Huh? Most important things to black people right now is staying here. Saving your homes. I think I might have given it. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson show. I'm feeling y'all. I'm going to have to stop talking. So this is probably the last time you're going to hear me talking a lot about this. Because, I'm a double-edged sword. And I don't want to. But when I give you that wink and a nod, y'all know what we got to do. But I would be interested to see who black. Hey, y'all. Some strange alliances in the world. Pay attention. Y'all need to share that video. Go to my page. It'll be on the What's in It for the Black People page, but we need you to share it. Hey, yo, we need you. Dang, Riis, did y'all see what's... Let me ask y'all a question. Did anybody... I was looking at my man, Nate Lagarde, today. I'm going to move on, y'all, because I'm going to get in trouble. I know. I'm already in trouble. But I got to ask y'all, has anybody seen what's going on in Texas with the immigrants? I saw a picture today that really me off. Share with you. And I'm going to put myself in the bottom of it. Where did it go? Look at this picture, y'all. You might think that this picture was, hold on, I'm going to bring it back for you. There's a picture of the U.S. Border Patrol agent on horseback stopping Haitian migrants from entering the encampment on the banks of the Rio Grande near Acuna del Rio International Bridge in Del Rio, Texas on Sunday. That looks like a slave catcher chasing an escaped slave. It was odd to me when I was reading these reports and they said that almost 9,000 Haitians have been deported, have been put on planes and deported. All I could think of was, weren't we just crying about the southern border and people being treated inhumanely? Right? Like, didn't we pass all these laws to take the immigrants that came at the south border and redistribute them around the country? To make sure that, why is it when they're black? And now here's a moment, right? Because I know in Illinois we talk ADOS and HDOS. Well, we talk ADOS. This is HDOS. Haitian descendants of slaves trying to get into the country. Now, there's two things I want to point out here. The first thing is the difference in how these brothers and sisters are being treated. And I do, make no mistakes, I do see them as our cousins. Now, understand that these Haitians did not come and land at the Rio Grande on the boat. These Haitians came from South America because when they couldn't find any workers, they encouraged Haitians to come. But now that the economy is drying up, they're exporting the Haitians. So those aren't Haitians that were on the boats. They are the Haitians that are coming up through Guatemala, from Chile, from Brazil, who were migrant workers who have been told that this was the place to come. Why isn't there no asylum? And can I ask, where is everybody? Where is Kamala? Remember Kamala during the campaign crying at the border? Remember all of the people flying in to see how the people were being treated at the southern border? Why is it that Haitians are already on the plane back? Now, I'm going to put a pin in that right now because I gotta point out something. I don't know if you remember a while back, and I'm a little bit petty, but a while back, we lost some shows because we had a conversation in which I was talking to someone of Haitian descent who told me that their parents told them not to be with us, not to act like us, not to associate with black. There was a level we were better, that they were somewhat better. It bothered me. I talked about it. Caused some dissension, but all you need to do is look at Yvonne Orji. She'll tell you, the Nigerians tell their kids, don't be like the blacks in America. I need for the Haitian Americans and all of the other subgroups that identify with everybody, that identify with immigrants. See the difference in how they treat your immigrant than the other one? You know, like when I saw that letter of the 60-something organizations that were aligned with the immigrants, and I saw the Haitian Americans and all of those people, they weren't aligned with black folks. Understand that them people don't see you the same regardless. So I think there's two things that I see in this story. For the Haitians that don't necessarily want to identify with black Americans, once you get here, you still OJ. You see, this looks, the Texas Border Patrol is riding horses, capturing people. That's crazy, right? Look at that picture. Somebody had to take it though, Riis. Because if they didn't take it, you wouldn't have believed it. You wouldn't have believed it. Straight slave catcher. And think about his sport. Now, imagine that happening in Chicago with our police. All right, y'all. But can I ask you, where's all of the black people that was crying at the border? Where's Kamala? Where is everybody? And can I ask a question? Shouldn't we have an expectation that Joe Biden should feel a certain kind of way about black folks? Because y'all will say ADOS. Right now, I'm going to call them H-dose. But the white people, you know what they call them? Niggas. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Hey, y'all. I'm going to ask y'all one more time. I'm going to post the video. I'm going to ask you all to share it. I'm going to ask you all to get it out. I'm going to ask you all, you know how I talk about creating a sense of inevitability? See, because it's a lot of black folks that still seem to be confused. I need y'all, man. I need y'all. I need y'all. I need y'all. I need this audience to be the hedge of protection, because white folks finna be going crazy. And just think about all the white folks that's probably gonna try. And so y'all need y'all to let them know. You know how when you think you about to try it, you ever been around your parents and you was about to try it, you ain't know that your parents was there, and right when you was about to do it, your parents, and so you freeze and you be like, I was just scratching my head. That's how the white folks, see, because white folks be too comfortable coming over to our neighborhoods telling us who we can talk to, what we can talk about, and then will punish us using us. So I just need y'all to do the things that I can't. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze and Ruthie, Riis, I guess we're going to have to scratch Todd off. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And I think we got an answer, y'all. I think we got an answer. If you just see the video, hey, Riis, I got to do it one more time before we go. One more again. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Because I need y'all to be with me on this right here. So let me find it one more again. And I'm going to ask y'all, we're going to close. I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. Now, I want y'all to see, hold on, though. Forget what Maze said. I want y'all to see what Carrie said. Uh-oh. Riis, did we lose it? Is my volume gone?
It's all you over there. Everything good over here.
Side wisdom from my parents, I still hear.
Sorry, here we go.
My mom would say, don't talk about it, Carrie. Be about it. That's Southside wisdom from my parents, I still hear loud and clear. I'm Carrie Steele. I'm a chemist and an environmentalist. I ran for president of the Water Reclamation District because I saw problems and I wanted to help fix them. I oversee a $1 billion budget. We have a AAA bond rating, and we've improved our services while decreasing our reliance on tax dollars. Today, I'm announcing I'm running county challenges that will determine the direction of Cook County for generations to come. The current assessor, he has been long on promises, but short on results. He promised he would make property taxes fairer for working people. He promised to help our seniors. He promised to be a competent manager. But a Sun-Times investigation revealed that he badly mismanaged the senior citizen program. And I don't need to tell you that working families still pay more than their fair share. Look, we all agree we need to stop big corporations who own downtown buildings from getting around the rules while working people pick up the slack. But I'm also a realist. I know we need businesses to come to Cook County, to invest, to create jobs. They need stability so they can plan ahead with a strong understanding of what it will cost to run their business, and the knowledge that on top of their taxes, they're not also forced to pay extra for mismanagement and waste. I'm Carrie Steele, and as your assessor, I won't just talk about it. I'll be about it.
I'm back with Black damn. Y'all support that, baby. Dang. Riis. We was gonna go out on that. I know we messed it up. All right, I did say I was gonna do. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Y'all make sure y'all support my beautiful and lovely wife. Hold on 1 second. I'm still on the morning show. Riis is giving me my what's in it for the black people. Go ahead, Riis. Take it out.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. So many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood that just DNA gets built on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.